The main theme for him is, he said, nothing you could do. So he's saying to you, no matter what you had done, he wasn't going to survive. So there was nothing that you could do to save him, in other words. So he kind of wants you to let go of feeling responsible on some level, that maybe you could have saved him. He's saying it would have evolved into his death one way or another. Okay, do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And then he kept talking about the funny uncle. Is there like an uncle that's passed that's particularly funny that he would spend time around that would come to mind for you?
Yes.
Okay. He says they have a good time together, so don't think he's alone, okay?
Right.
Okay. He showed 27 as being the age that he reverted to, so I don't know if that's when things were good for him still or where he liked how he looked, but he's showing 27 as the age that he's appearing at. So there's going to be a photograph that you're going to find of him at your house around that age where it was a special day at your house or where you were spending time together of him. And so he's saying he's good. And he actually had a very giving heart, you know, and he was very compassionate. And he thinks he got that from you. At the same time, he thinks that you have an edge to you, that when you'd raise your voice, he said the kids would jump, you know, when they were little. So if you raised your voice, they knew when you were mad because you laid down the law. He kept talking about being around the little boy. Is there like a nephew that he would have, like a little boy that would be, but it feels like the little boy knows when he's around. So the little boy has the ability to communicate. So he's talking about the little boy being special.
Every day he's talking to him.
Okay. The little boy's special. So he spends time with the little boy, okay? So he's validating.
My daughter's son, he's 5 years old.
Okay.
His name is Vincent. And also I have to tell you, to interrupt you, I'm very sorry.
Sure.
About when he was 27 years old, my dentist in Joliet told me to talk to him that he's going to give him $100,000 to take the picture for American dental company, whatever, because he was so handsome, so beautiful, especially his teeth. Very true.
He sounds very special.
And you know what? He refused it. He didn't want to. He was very shy.
Oh my gosh, I think we have some people that would take them up on that. Okay. He worries about you. He says you internalize everything. He worries about your heart. He doesn't want you to have a heart attack. He worries about that with you. He says although you wouldn't be too sad because you'd be with him again, but he doesn't want you to feel that way. He says you're still needed. You're needed for a while. Okay. He says when he was a teenager, he had amazing hair. So he's kind of referencing his hair being important to him. So apparently he had very attractive hair. Almost feels like girls would have been jealous of his hair when he was younger, like he had great hair, okay?
Very true.
He does say he always looked up to you, and he's not sure that you know that. He says that he always looked up to you, and he wasn't sure if you knew that. He said he always knew you loved him. You make all of your children feel loved, and he doesn't want you to wonder whether or not he knows how much you love him. He says he does. He knows, okay? He says you knew how to keep them all in line, though. And then he keeps talking about your mother being very important to him.
Extremely.
So he's referencing spending time with her. So he's referencing your mom, okay?
Yes.
He says she's beautiful. He wants you to know, too, that he was always proud to be your son, you know, that he didn't think it was strange. He actually kind of understood it, but part of him just needed to understand it better. It feels like he understands what you do on a very high level right now, and so he's excited to be a part of your world, okay? He keeps talking about the pictures that were given to him. Did somebody put a picture in his jacket or put pictures in with him? He keeps referencing his
picture of St. Anthony. He was his favorite saint.
Oh, sorry? What was that? I didn't quite understand.
The picture of St. Anthony.
Okay, no, but it feels more like when he passed, somebody like after he had died, maybe putting a picture in his hand or in his coat pocket or something. It feels like somebody gave him a picture after the fact.
very true.
Okay, okay. He's just likes that, so he's acknowledging it, okay? There's an old lady that's teaching him how to play the piano. So he's referencing having a good time. So I don't know if it was your mother that played the piano or who, the older generation.
All my children playing piano.
Okay, okay. Well, he's sitting at the piano with the grandmother figure to him playing the piano. Yes. So that's what they're doing right now while he's talking to me. Okay. He misses just sitting down and eating like a sandwich with you, or just sitting down and like eating with you and talking. You know, that's what he missed the most. He says he still does it with you, but you can't always hear him because it hurts too much for you to hear him. And he understands, but he says he will get through to you. He says he'll always be your beautiful boy. Somehow he feels like you favored him. And he likes that, okay?
He was number 5, that's right.
Okay. He feels like he's a chip off the old block, or like a smaller version of you. So he's proud to be your son.
He was much taller and much good looking.
Well, apparently he thinks you are as well. So he sees himself as being like you, and that makes him proud. Okay. He says, don't worry about him, he's just fine. He's just going to wait for you. He says, time flies. So enjoy it. I'm going to break my connection with him. I'm going to send him with you.
Yeah, thank you.
You're
Genesis.
welcome.